Hello, today is week 10, day 3. And today we are going to learn the difference between fantasy and reality. That's an important thing to learn because we want to know if what we're reading could really happen or if it couldn't really happen. Now, fantasy is a story with events and characters that could not happen in real life. Here's a picture of a penguin. Now, penguins are real, but do penguins ride on skateboards? No, they don't. So that is an example of fantasy. But here's reality, a story that can happen in real life. Here's a picture of a boy. He's on a scooter. Can boys ride on scooters in real life? Yes, they can. So that means that this is a real event, and this is a fantasy or imaginary. So let's take a look at some of these, and let's decide if we think that it's fantasy or reality. The bear grew wings. Do bears grow wings? No, they don't grow wings. So we would know that that was fantasy. Here's another one. The dog drove to school. Can dogs drive? No, they can't. So that would also be fantasy. The frog jumped. Can frogs jump? Yes, they can. So that would be reality. The girl rode her scooter. Can girls ride scooters? Yes, they can ride scooters. So that would be reality. The cat took a nap. Can cats take naps? Yes, they can. The dog flew the kite. Do dogs fly kites? No. The penguin went skateboarding. No. We play in puddles. Yes, people can play in puddles. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea on what fantasy and reality are and the difference between the two. Another word that we can use sometimes instead of fantasy is make-believe. Make-believe and fantasy mean the same thing. The instructions at the top of this page say, look for things that are make-believe. Making connections is a good way to tell if something is real or make-believe. You can compare what you're reading to your own experiences. Have you ever heard of a bear growing wings? In real life, if you think about the things that you've learned or heard about before, it will help you know if something is real or make-believe. When I was little, my parents took me to Disneyland. I think I was 3. And I got really scared because they have some things there that are make-believe. And I thought everything was real. When you're a certain age, you have a hard time knowing whether things are real or make-believe. But when you get to your age, you can start telling if things are real or make-believe. But I didn't really have fun on some of the rides that I thought, had scary things pop out and stuff like that. So it's important to know what is real and what's make-believe. It's important to know what you can trust and what is just imaginary. This is called the magic fish. So, do you think first right off the bat, Are there such a thing as magic fish? No, there aren't. So we know when we read a title like that, we know that this is going to be a fantasy story. A poor fisherman lived with his wife in a shack by the sea. His wife was not happy. "Why can't I have pretty clothes and beautiful jewels?" the wife whined. One day the fisherman felt a tug on his fishing line. He pulled in a shiny silver fish. Imagine his surprise when the fish spoke. Now, do fish normally speak? No, they don't. So that is where it's make-believe. Could this man have a wife who complained about being too poor? Yes. And could a fisherman go fishing? Yes. But would he pull in a fish that spoke to him? No. "Let me go, and I will grant a wish," begged the fish. The excited fisherman raced home. He told his wife about the fish. "I wish for a big house. I want fine clothes and fancy food," cried the wife. Right then, the wish came true. Before long, the wife became unhappy again. She wanted more riches. "Go find the fish. Tell him I want all the gold in the world," the wife ordered. The poor fisherman did as the wife told him. He sat near the sea. He called for the fish. The fish listened as the man told his wife's wish. "She asks for too much," shouted the fish. "You will find your wife in your little shack once more." The fish dove into the sea and was never seen again. Which of these is make-believe? A fish that talks, a man catching a fish, a wife who is unhappy, or a fish diving into the sea? Pick the one that could not happen. Which one of those could not happen in real life? Number 2, which of these is real? A fish shouting, B, a fish listening to a man, C, a fish tugging on a fisherman's line, D, a fish making a wish come true. Which one of them is true, could really happen? Number 3, which of these does the passage tell you? A, do not make wishes, B, do not be greedy, C, do not catch fish, or D, do not be unhappy. What story could we learn from, or what lesson could we learn from this story? Which of these could we learn from reading this story? Number 4, which one might the magic fish say? It is wrong to change your mind. You should never ask for gold. Be happy with what you're given. It is wrong to ask for help. I would ask a magic fish to